Ngove, Zim TPC News senior reporter. I'm on a series interviewing the former Zipra cadres who fought the war engxenye yeZAPU. There is something that prompted me to do this interview. It was soon after the death of the late Perence Shiri. On radio, they said the late Perence Shiri was involved in the bombing of the fuel tanks in Salisbury, now Harare. According to my knowledge, the little knowledge that I have on the liberation struggle, I know for sure that it was not the Zanla cadres that bombed the fuel tanks. To set the record straight, I am in Queen's Park East, endlini kababa Cetshwayo Sithole, a former Zipra card. Linjani baba?
Ngiyaphila. Welcome home.
Ngiyabonga.
It's a pleasure to talk to you about our history, our today, and even our tomorrow for the generations to come.
Ngiyabonga baba. As I said in my preamble, what prompted this series of interviews is what was read on ZPC radio, that Perence Shiri was one of the people who bombed the fuel tanks in Harare. May we set the record straight, Baba Stone?
To set the record straight, it is very unfortunate, the situation that befell ZAPU and Zipra right at independence. Our liberation records were confiscated by this government. They confiscated them. All the records, and these records don't only include the successes in battles, but they include the names of the people that fell during the war. Because our main aim was to come back and report back to the people. This was not a ZAPU war. This was not a Zipra war. This was a war of the people of Zimbabwe to liberate themselves. And those that fell were supposed to be reported back to the parents, honestly and vividly. Yes, the parents expected that. But up to today, because of the present government, they took our records, hid them, so that they can distort the history. Hence, they're lying to say it is Perence Shiri who fell that. They never had such weapons. That's a special weapon. That is a special weapon, which China did not have it, which China never even gave it to Zanla. It is only the Union of the Socialist Republic, Russia, that had such a weapon. That's a special weapon. It's not an AK, it's not a bazooka, it's not a mortar bomb. It's a special weapon.
Yes.
The repercussions of that.
Yes.
Oh, to get further, get to the Herald of 1978.
Yes.
Get the Herald, I think it was December, thereabout. Or just get to our research station, the Mafela Trust, the archives of our history. That newspaper is there in black and white. Or you can still even interview the Rhodesian forces themselves.
They are still there.
Because it's a too-tight operation. The enemy knows. The operator knows. If they are bound to tell the truth, they will give you the naked truth.
Yes.
It was Zipra,
Yes.
not Perence Shiri.
Yes. That is the reason we are here. We want to set that record straight. From our research, it is said that operation was carried out from Kambuzuma. Can you elaborate?
By Zipra?
Yes.
Straight. Definitely, yes. I was not part and parcel of that operation, but being a Zipra, I am aware of that, what had happened.
Yes.
I was not even in that operational area, but we are aware. There is a lot of evidence, because even the Britons, the British, Nkomo was from London.
London.
He was about to board a plane that was going to bring him back to Zambia. intelligence got hold of him. When he was just stepping into the plane, they pulled him back and told him that, no, Mr. Nkomo, there is an emergency here. There is an emergency that deserves you not to board that plane. That's how Nkomo survived. What had actually transpired was that it is the Rhodesians wanted to pretend as if that plane was not, there was the visibility at Nairobi airport was very bad.
Yes.
The weather pattern was very bad, and they wanted to take him from there and throw him into the burning fuel tanks. What was that for?
Which fuel tanks now? In Harare?
Yes, in Harare.
They were trying to get back at Joshua Mqabuko Nkomo by throwing him in the burning fuel.
Nkomo was from UK.
Yes.
And the plane was to be hijacked and flown into Rhodesia. And the target was Joshua Nkomo, to throw him into. They wanted to kill Nkomo for that.
From our research, what Baba Cetshwayo is saying is that the fuel tanks took a very long time to be extinguished. They burned for several days. Such that what you are saying to us now means a plane could fly to London and come here while those fuel tanks were still on fire.
Yes, Nkomo was on his way from London, coming back to his base in Lusaka.
Yes.
In the base to Lusaka. But they wanted to pretend at Jomo Kenyatta airport to say the weather is not okay for the plane to land. And they divert that plane probably to Malawi, or from Malawi they were going to hijack him, take him as he looked. But
he was saved.
He was saved.
He was saved. Thank you. Let's go back to the fuel tanks. Are the operatives who participated in the bombing of those fuel tanks still alive?
I don't want to lie to you.
Okay.
Because when we got demobilized, we don't even know where this person is, where he is, or where he is, whether he has passed on or not. It's a difficult question to ask. To answer now, but I might not be having that information with me now.
Okay.
But there are some people who might be having such information, whether they are alive or not. Mind you, it is still a very sensitive operation.
Yes.
I want to believe that the enemy still wishes to get hold of those people.
Okay.
The enemy still wishes to say, what type of a weapon did you use for that? So it's classified. Some of these operations are classified. Just like the Semi-7, the heat-seeking missile. Researchers, as you are researching today, are researching as to see what exactly does this heat-seeking missile, what qualities does it have? How can we counter it? So some of these weapons, especially special weapons, are weapons that you need to
have.
You have, but the information. Remember, it was NATO versus war-soaked countries.
Okay. Yes.
So the designers of these weapons would like to get some information about their
how they were made,
how
they came inside.
Yes, how effective they are, how you can counter them.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Still on the
question
on
of
the
fuel
tanks. Yes, we are still there. Last week we had an interview with Tingwenya, a former cadre as well. He said he was in the logistics. He vehemently says, please not, I was not part of that operation. But it's not true that it was the Zandla forces that bombed the fuel tanks. Now you the second person to deny that. We are here to set the record straight. Baba Stole, would you say it on camera that it is not the side of these Zanla liberators who bombed the fuel tanks in Harare?
Let me start, draw you back a little bit.
Yes.
Back a little bit.
Yeah, Baba.
People want to portray ZIPRA or ZAPU as Ndebele organization,
yes,
which is very untrue and very unfortunate. Right from the time of Umkhonto weSizwe and the special affairs, the ZAPU operations, they operated. They had a battle in Nwanki. They had a battle in Spolilo, Kuruve. Right from the early 60s, we have a living legend, John Maluzo Ndlovu, who was captured in Harare after a battle. In a battle right inside Harare, and he was sentenced to death. He is there, he is alive. The records show that ZIPRA never operated in Matabeleland only. It operated all over the country, specifically Mashonaland Central up to the greater part
of Matabeleland.
Urungwe, for instance. Urungwe. We operated in Urungwe without Zanla. Mashonaland Central. We operated there with a few Zanla guys. But that was our specific operational area. Hence, even at independence, when the ceasefire was declared, we had an assembly point, Mashumbi Pools. Why could ZIPRA be housed in Mashumbi Pools if they never operated in that area? That was our operational area. I'm trying to make it very clear. That was our operational area. Even the Viscount, where was it shot down? Where were they shot down, the Viscounts? Isn't it? It is along that operational area. I think that clears the whole mist, the whole gloss that is being taken away from us.
Yes.
It is not Zanla. They're daydreaming. They are daydreaming.
Thank you very much.
So that was a ZIPRA operation. Fair and fine. Let us go back a little bit. People must remember that when we got into our operations, it was James Chikerema who was the leader of ZAPU externally. After Ndabaningi Sithole had actually...
Sorry, may I come in, Baba Qhechwane? This is for history.
Yes.
James Chikerema, Ndabaningi Sithole, they were part and parcel of ZAPU?
Initially.
Okay.
Everybody was a ZAPU until the defection of ZANU. Okay. The formation of ZANU, people saying we cannot be led by Ndebele. We cannot be led by Ndebele.
But Chibwe Chiteza, it led many...
In fact, he was asked by James Chikerema Labo George Nyandoro from Harare League. We understand there is a vibrant leader that can put all this together, right from the ANC, NDP up to ZAPU. It is that situation.
Okay.
That when Komo got into Konabutzingo, was arrested and placed in Konabutzingo, and then Ndabaningi Sithole had actually defected and they had formed ZANU. That James Chikerema remained the deputy president, who was the leader in the external affairs, and until he got drunk as well and formed Flolezi, wanted to destroy ZAPU. But this is what actually, in my own opinion, the operations from those areas were very effective. Yes. Because him, Chikerema, coming from KwaZulu-Natal, we had a lot of guys, or Ambrose Mtinir,
Yes, Mtini.
Yes, or Rex Onongo, Solomon Mchuru. All those guys were Zipra. Were trained with Zipra. Ambrose Mtini was the chief of staff of Zipra after the special affairs, because initially the youth wing of ZAPU that was fighting was called Special Affairs Unit.
Okay.
Up to the time when Chikerema wanted to destroy the Special Affairs, after he had connived with the Britons to destroy ZAPU in the absence of Nkomo.
You are giving us an angle of history that is again being elulazwayo ngesintu.
Yes.
Seemingly, James Chikerema played good roles in the liberation of the country.
Yes, because ZAPU, he played a role in the liberation of the country until he decided to sell out. Until he decided to destroy ZAPU, because he had actually vowed that I am the captain of the ship and I am going to sink it. Wayesethengiwe ngamangisi.
Okay.
Wabulalisa abantu abanengi eborder. A lot of abadala bespecial were captured because wayesebuya, just like we have some TVs as it is. He could say the crossing point is ABCD. This angle towards that rock, that angle. Babuye lamat MPPC. Ilokhuza abantu bekhapha emfuleni. Nxa bekhapha emfuleni besiyangena ku ambush eyamakhiwa. Amakhiwa babuthi bagole bafaka abantu emajele.
Okay.
That's how
Okay.
daring Chikerema became at a later stage.
Okay. We thank you very much, Baba Cetshwayo, for setting the record straight. He is one of the Zipra cadres who does tell us, who's saying to us, it is not the Zanla liberators who shot the fuel tanks in Harare. It is the Zipra cadres.